I'm Richard Winters. If I could just put any part of my horse's body in any given position at any given time, that would solve all my problems, whether I want to go over a jump or chase a cow or go down the trail or open a gate. One man said, body control is not the main thing. Body control is everything. So I want to show you an exercise today that's a huge part of my program in getting control over these individual body parts. In a previous training tip, we talked about the idea of how important it is that our horses simply move off of our leg. And really, we can't go much farther in our horsemanship if our horse will not step off and move laterally or sideways off of our leg. With spurs or without spurs, whatever's working out for you, but if you have that established, now you're ready to move on. And so this is a shoulder control exercise that helps me with my canter departures, it helps me with my lead changes, helps me when I'm working a cow, and it looks something like this. I'm going to start out walking around in a circle. And we're going to call this a train track circle. And although this is just the preparation for the exercise, you'd be surprised how hard this circle is. Making a proper circle with the proper bend where I can see my horse's inside eye, where he's wrapping around my inside leg or my right leg. His hind feet are reaching up into the tracks of my horse's front feet. I call it a train track circle because it would be like a train on a track if his nose was the engine and his tail was the caboose. You wouldn't have cars of the train jumping over sideways off the track, but everything would be in a line. And so think about how you make train track circles. And now I'm going to see if I have some control over these shoulders. I'm going to pick up my left rein and draw it up towards my right shoulder. I'm going to use my left spur up by the cinch. I'm going to move my right leg away from my horse, and I'm going to push those shoulders over. And you can see this left front stepping over this right front. This is one of the few exercises that I want my horse counterbent in the exercise. I can actually see his outside eye, but I can move those shoulders over. Now, having the frame of reference of the train track circle, I think, is very helpful because when you start to play this exercise, it could be that your little deal is going to turn into a funky spin or a funky side pass, and that's not quite right. We need the forward. So I'm still on this circle. I'm still keeping the forward, but now it's left rein towards my right shoulder. It's left foot way up by the cinch. I've got my right leg away from my horse, and I'm walking those shoulders around. Whoa. Now, in almost every maneuver that I do, I want to be able to see the horse's eye in the direction in which I'm going. I don't want to be neck reining my horse around like John Wayne and he's looking that way while I'm going that way. I need to see that eye and have that bend. But this is one of the few exercises where I actually want to see the outside eye, where I want to see that counter bend. Let's step this horse around to the left. And we'll walk a train track circle, inside rein, inside leg. Bring those feet back down to the walk. And this bending circle is harder than you think. Step him around. Bring the feet back down to the walk. And then when it's my idea, I put him in that counter bend. Right rein towards my left shoulder. Right spur up by the cinch. Left leg away from my horse. And so I do want this horse in a counter bend here. Now, if you see your horse tomorrow morning out in the corral walking around like this, you better call the vet because something terrible happened during the night. They do not walk around like this. But this is a gymnastic exercise that we do with our horses to gain shoulder control. I've got to be able to pick up that shoulder and move it over. Perhaps you've heard a trainer or someone giving you a lesson say he's dropping his shoulder. That means he's going off to the left and the shoulder's falling off to the left. If we have the ability to raise this rein and lift this leg, then we can pick those shoulders up and move them out of the way. You don't have to do this exercise exactly like I do it. If you have a variation of that and you can demonstrate good shoulder control, I say, hey, that's great, A+, do it your way. But every great horseman and horsewoman that I've been around has had the ability to pick up those shoulders and move them around. And then as time goes on, you can do it at higher rates of speed. You can come in here at the trot in a train track circle and then make sure you can lift with that left rein and left leg and push those shoulders around. I'm going to lope off to the left with those shoulders up. And then I'm going to push those shoulders around to the left at the lope as well. Remember, body control is not the main thing. Body control is everything. And if you're serious like I am in advancing our horsemanship, we've got to have some way, some mechanism to get control of these body parts, and these shoulders are crucial. Hope this helps you. I'm Richard Winters. Thanks for watching.